So now I am unmuted. There we go. And get rid of that page. Come on. Go. Alrighty. And mm, Oi. No more no more no more. Okay. And let's see. Alrighty. Uh, that one. Oh, look at this dancing pages. Okay. All right. Oh, all right. So far, we are still alive. No more last thing to do. No more no more no more Oh, that's right. He doesn't. I don't have a phone number for him. Two minutes. 'Cause I think that's everybody. Okay, let's see. Okay, and that should be that. Is it actually thunder? I don't know. No more ringo. 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 I think that might be fireworks. Yeah, that's fireworks. Celebration, celebration. No more ringeyo, no more ringeyo, no more ringeyo, no more ringeyo, more ringeyo, no more ringeyo, no more ringeyo, no more ringeyo. Ringeyo, Namo 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 Ringeyo, Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo, Namo Ringeyo. Ah, okay. And I'm suspecting, let's see, 3 minutes into the half hour. Oh my goodness, what did I just do? Okay. Ah, I see. Uh, as long as I'm not shutting down the studio, that's fine. Well, it's 8:33, and I'm going to sit here and talk to myself for a moment. My name is Reverend Sharon, and this particular program is, well, let's say, it is presented by the Center for Inner Wisdom. Ah, I got that one out. And this evening is our scheduled Lyricus Group Forum. And I am missing one of two individuals here who just told me a little while ago, oh, we'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. So uh, as I wait for them to appear, I may even double text someone. Um, hmm, I will continue to speak to myself, especially in the mantra of No Moringeyo, which is one of my favorites. But for individuals who will be listening for the very first time, uh, this is by far the most exciting, one of the most exciting times to be alive. And in doing so, we are encountering the information, the knowledge uh, brought forth by the WingMakers as it has been presented to them by the Lyricus Order. Mm. And so, just for my own attention, I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to continue to chant the Nomoringeo as the room fills. And I'm assuming that it will fill. There are a couple of people that are out of town because of the holiday. Hmm, not a problem. I was out of town last week, so everybody else gets to be out of town this week. It balances out. And I am just mute for a few seconds. No more. Nomoringeyo, Namoringeyo, 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 Namoringeyo. Urati, urati. We shall have in a moment uh, a full house, I think, though I'm not sure about Robert yet. But I'm sure he'll be here shortly. Namoringeyo, 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 Namoringeyo. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, say, Namo Ringeyo, 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 Yo Ringeyo, Yo Ringeyo, Namyo 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 Rinkeyo. 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 Well, since it is a special time, when we take a deep breath and bring forth the energies, never ever believe that what you do is idle. There is no idleness in the light. What may seem like idleness is a moment for peace and harmony to blend together, becoming one, an embodiment of one, circling the one. And so we breathe. We take this time to bring breath forward into another place, into another space of time. There is no other time line at this moment except the one that we are breathing through now. And we breathe and we bring forth the light and we say, Namo Rinkeyo, Namo Rinkeyo, Namo Rinkeyo. Still Bhavanu, Swami Sham Shantil Bhavanu, Swami Sham Puranam Bhavanu, Swami Sham Mangalam Bhavanu. Okay, I am going to send out the link. Again, it seems that there's a bit of a challenge. No problem. And that may be why a few people missing in action. So I will send it out again. Not a problem. And here we go. Okay. Jam Shanti Bhavanu. Swami Sham Punam Bhavanu. Swami Sham Mangalam Babanu. Okay, and who else? Who else? Sham Shastia Babanu. Swavesham Swavesham Shantia Babanu. Shampurnam Babanu. Swavesham Mangalam Babanu. Have I missed anybody? Okay, that I. Alrighty. I think I sent to Karen as well. Om Shanti Shanti. Nelia, Sherry, Sharon, Robert. Let me double check that list again. Aha. I did forget a couple of people. Okay. Not a problem. Okay, and now it's going out. And here we go. And hopefully, whoever's trying to come on will be able to do so. And as they say, we wait. Emerging spirit. I think that's her. Okay. Um, um, okay. Is this going to be one of those interference nights? I don't think so. I don't claim it. Swavesham Shanti Babanu. Swavesham Purnam Babanu. Swavesham Mangalam Babanu. Oh, off key, Sharon. Very off key. Okay. Still Babanu. Swavesham Shanti Babanu. Oops, dropping things. Swavesham Purnam Babanu. Swavesham Mangalam Babanu. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Ah. Okay. This is for the record because evidently, no, I unmuted myself. Evidently, people are having a challenge with getting in. I don't know, maybe it's, I have no idea. What you described, though, Sharon, was something I run into from time to time on on opening up the studio. So it's, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I I don't have a new encoder. No, I've that that never came up though, that question. Well, Nelia's on. Yeah, Nelia's on. Yeah, and I know that Robert is. He's in the middle of doing something very, very important. Yeah, so he promised that he would try and be with us if he could. Um, okay, close down all the windows and just work one at a time. N- Yeah, no, no, no. I believe you. I believe you. But sometimes, it, there have been times. I mean, you guys have witnessed me sitting here talking my head off, and you weren't hearing a sound. So I know, I know how frustrating that can get. Um, well,
Good evening. What's going on? What I missed?
good evening. What are you missing? Absolutely nothing. Maybe me moaning around in a mantra or two. Uh, well, as far as discussing the Lyricus data, uh, what I was going to present first this evening was, and if you guys paid attention to your email, you'll see that I sent you the little gift from James Mahu, who composed a specific. I was telling you about that earlier, Sharon. A specific piece of music that is to assist us in being able to be more conscious of our new consciousness. Uh, it's called Flow in Compassion. And so I put it in the messenger that it was a gift from him. It's something that he did a few years ago. I'm not sure. I haven't turned up in the research whether or not it's a part of the chamber music. I don't think so from the way it's worded. But I sent to everybody the link to get to that. Uh, so I don't know, Nelia and Sharon, can you see the link?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I I alerted the usual suspects this evening. So I'm assuming that either everybody's at work or they've got, it's a holiday and there's other things going on. So that's okay. Listen, before before there was the sun, there was the moon. That's a joke anyway. So the okay.
This actually looks like.
Yeah. I know. I know.
Hmm.
What were you saying, Nelia?
I said what I got. Well, I pulled it off of the one where you sent the link, and it's kind of like, oh, it's the blog. Is that what you mean, or
You got something?
I got
Okay.
I got the blog.
No, no, that's all
Oh,
right.
there it is. There it is. The gift from James. Okay,
The
here.
gift from James, right? Type into the chat room if you've got something you want to say. There's merging spirit.
There
Okay.
it is.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Showing compassion. There you go.
Flow in compassion, exactly. Uh, and that's something that we don't really pay attention to. Okay, I'm hearing
That's me. I'm sorry.
that's you. That's all
Oh,
right.
beautiful.
Okay, so are you listening to it now? Are you going into
Very
it now?
ethereal. I'm gonna turn it off. I don't wanna, but oh, very nice. Okay, thank you.
I did not want to give you guys homework, but I felt as if it was something that, oh, let me turn off the phone. My God. Good night, nurse. Okay. I didn't want to give you guys like homework, but this is going to be sort of like a homework deal. That's why I sent out the email because I'm like, I had a flashback to to when I first started doing Reiki. My Reiki teacher used to always give us tons of handouts to walk out with from the circle, and you know you go in just to feel good. So this is not a forum for people to just feel good. However, this is uh, a space where we can become more comfortable with the fact that we are shifting. We have I mean, it's not like it's a biggie or something that's misunderstood. Uh, there is a shift that is continuously progressing with humanity. And one of the volumes that I think it's volume one from James, where he talks about the WingMakers is neither a path or a teaching, it is simply a way of living based on spiritual equality. And in this way of living, it proposes not to judge, but rather to distinguish carefully between the lower frequencies of separation and the higher frequencies of unity for one and all. And so this is the period of time that we're going into right now in general. And it's why every little thing, every little vibration or disturbance in the vibration uh, makes you feel like your nails are you're hearing the nails going across the chalkboard because everyone is becoming more sensitive and more aware and more alert to the point of whoa, it's just amazing. So this is a lead in what the offering of the gift for this evening is a lead into eventually getting those people who are following and are going to be following, eventually getting positioned for the meditations that are not required, but you guys know how I am on meditation. Got to do it. You got to do it. No matter what's going on in your life, or whether or not you think that you can or cannot, it is essential to be able to separate yourself. Yes, Nelia, I know, Nelia, I know. I know. Okay.
I was gonna chat
I'm not
something, but
good.
I said no. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I know. I know. I know. Okay.
I know you're
Uh
right. I know you're right.
okay. But yeah, it's it you can let's put it this way. We could talk um Lyrica's group and Wingmakers and Kabbalah and Zen and all of which I've been through before, and there's probably a few I've forgotten. What did I tell someone the other day? Mind control, something, something, yada yada. It, there's so many different uh, techniques and so many different tools that we can discuss. We could sit and pontificate forever and ever. Amen. If we don't do the work, which is the meditation, all we're doing is taking in oxygen. We're contemplating basically. There's nothing wrong with contemplation, but if you're really serious about completing the work, getting the work done, you have to take the time to sit down and meditate. Now, in the When, Which, How book, it goes deeper in the explanation of when and how to meditate. Well, not necessarily how as much as the timing of it. Robert and I was we were joking about getting up at a certain time in the day. His day starts at 6. You guys, you guys know my day. Okay, 6 o'clock. I'm usually going to sleep because I've already been up since 3:30, more or less. But what and what that means simply is that I probably need to do more work than anybody else I know. But the bottom line, what it affords is that opportunity, that availability to be able to put this into action, to be more than just an observer. Now, the meditation that I sent you guys, let's see, it goes into detail, and it starts out with what I sent you was instruction. It starts out with at precisely 3 minutes into the song, the composition enters an inner chamber, and while this section plays, if you're so inclined, you radiate the compassion from your heart center. Heart center focus while meditating is essential to bringing forth those energies. So that allows you that understanding of the information, of the literature that we're pouring over, and the concepts of quantum perspectives of the spiritual center mean nothing if you cannot sit down and meditate from within on just how that plays in with what you're doing. And you can do this, and I'm partly reading from Flow and Compassion, but this is not something, as I said, that you have to do at a certain hour. But the more you do it, the more you're going to feel the desire to do it when you have those spaces of time in your day. This particular meditation that James has composed or manifested, this is something to help open your heart's energetic center. It's supposed to assist in tuning up the heart communication capacities. And I know that that sounds like, oh, wow, what is that? But that is something that, if you believe in ascending, and really, what is ascending? But if you believe in going through the ascension process, this will get you there. Focusing on the heart, this will get you there. Any questions so far?
No.
No. No questions at all.
They have, they have on Amazon, but it's not available. They have like a DVD of meditations in time and space, but it's not available now from
And
James from
from
Makers.
from James, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so what I sent to you guys, probably it may be one of the ones that's missing. I don't know. I'm going to into the sites for uh, some of the Wingmaker information has been really kind of unusual lately because things that were there yesterday aren't there today. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Um, hmm. Okay. What I'm doing basically is I'm cheating. The copies that I sent to you guys last week or for the week before, I don't suppose you have them in front of you, do you? Nope.
Yeah, they're in the email. I have.
Okay. I was hoping that someone would have a question about some of the information that came out last week in our last gathering. So, since you don't, what I'm going to do is just read something that get the throat together. Get the throat together. Um, I'm going to read a couple of pages of that which I sent to you the week before. I think what we ended up doing was uh, Robert suggested something else, which was a very good thing, and we went on from there, discussing the virtues, the six virtues. Okay, any questions on the six virtues? No?
Nope.
Okay. But you know what they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That- I'm not going to. I
Is
see Sharon.
that like the gifts of the Holy Spirit?
No,
I'm
no, we're not.
kidding.
We're not going to do it a religious thing. Uh, no, no, but
Hello,
it.
can you hear me?
There she is. Ah, okay. Yes. All right. So tonight it seems like it's feminine night. That's okay.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Okay. Oh my God.
What I was going, unless you guys have another preference, I'm going to just give some general information on what you probably know already. Uh, Definitions on terms that you've probably heard before. I'm sure both of you are really on top of it. Um, According to, as far as the WingMakers materials are concerned, though, there's a little bit of a different definition. For instance, the term animus, as it's depicted in the WingMakers materials, are a synthetic extraterrestrial race that desires to become soul carriers. They lack the biology and sensorial system to house the subtle frequencies of a soul. They desire to engineer their race's future genetics with the help of human genetics. Because of their superior mental capacity, they have become aligned to the economic powers on Earth as advisors and technology enablers. And yes, that is exactly what you think it means. Okay. The possibility, yes, that they may be assisting the the 1%. I don't want to say the name, but yes. Okay. Defining the first source. First source is a consciousness that inhabits all time, space, energy, matter, form, intent, as well as all non-time, non-space, non-matter, non-energy, non-form, and non-intent. It is the only consciousness that unifies all states of being into one being, and this being is first source. It is a growing, expanding, and inexplicable consciousness that organizes the collective experience of all states of being into a coherent plan of creation, expansion and colonization into the realms of creation, and the inclusion of creation into source reality, the home of first source. And that sounds like something I have read or said before. Let me know if you're hearing anything that's a duplicate. No?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right. No?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. The energetic heart. Across all dimensions of space, there exists a primary field of vibration or quantum primacy. This field is non physical but informs the physical. It exists independent of the physical structures of existence and is known among Larica's teachers as the I'm sorry, under, undervative information structure, UIS. Now that is a word I don't think I've ever encountered before. UIS are subquantum and represent the primary blueprint for living systems and inorganic matter. It is UIS that gives rise to the quantum fields that interpenetrate planets, stars, galaxies, and the universe at large. It is the communication field of life that connects the non local and the local, the individual and the collective, the one and the infinite. The energetic heart is the non physical component of UIS. That is the entryway or portal from UIS to the intuitive and intelligent centers of the soul carrier or human instrument. Yeah, these beautiful bodies are human instruments. In a sense, it is the subquantum blueprint of the physical heart. Let me know when you need me to stop. The human instrument consists of three principal components: the biological, that's the physical body, the emotional, and the mental. These three distinct tools and systems of intelligence and perception in aggregate represent the vehicle of the individuated spirit as it interacts with the physical dimension of time, space, energy, and matter. In Lyrica's terms, the human instrument is referred to as the soul carrier, and the soul consciousness within it is activating the sensorial system of the soul carrier to enhance the soul's influence within the physical world. Source intelligence is the energy consciousness of First Source that is cast into all worlds, all dimensions, all realities, all life forms, all times and places. Source intelligence, in effect, is the eyes and ears of First Source, and its role is principally involved in expressing, upholding, and sustaining the will of First Source. On a more personal level, it is a liberating force of energy, intelligence, that serves to accelerate the expansion of consciousness and assist those who desire to unlimit themselves. Prefrontal lobes. Finally, something I love: the brain. This area of the brain is considered the latest evolutionary extension of the brain system. It functions as the source of our most advanced intellectual capacities, including our ability to compute, reason, and analyze, as well as acting as the brain's processing center for the emotional frequencies of the heart, like empathy, compassion, and love. Moreover, the prefrontal lobes oversee or regulate the overall brain system, facilitating or inhibiting lower brain functions that resolve our ability to regulate our emotions and control our impulses. The heart, as an independent sensory organ, starts to form in the body of the fetus before the brain. It is also autogenetic, meaning that it beats independent of a signal from the brain. Heart, that is of the electromagnetic field, and we know that we are electricity and we radiate electromagnetic energy. The field of the heart is approximately 50 times stronger than the brain, and it radiates as an electromagnetic field toroid in structure about 15 feet beyond the body. So I'm interjecting here. We know that the aura of someone who not necessarily meditates a lot, if at all, but the aura of someone who doesn't really participate is about 15 feet away from the body. This electric field is constantly shape shifting, undulating, yet exceptionally stable in its energetic field. Its organic presence is palpable and vivid to those whose sensorial system is tuned into the heart's inmost frequency, which is simply talking about people whose psychic abilities and intuitiveness have awakened. You know of people who they can detect auras if they've been paying attention to their own abilities of intuitiveness. Um, it's not unusual because all of our senses are coming forth now. All of our senses are expanding now. So there are more people who are able to receive or perceive the energy of the electromagnetic field that we sometimes call the aura. And of course, if you spend your time meditating as often as possible, it's going to expand beyond the 15 feet. And there are those who actually believe that it is a force field or it is something that is in the parameters of a force field that surrounds us and assists in deflecting other electromagnetic fields of energy that may or may not be kosher. Is that a good word? Yeah. So, all right, you have somebody has to have a question by now. Statement, something.
No, it's all good. It's great stuff, Shara. Keep going, girl.
Ay, 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 ay. It's good stuff. Okay. All right. The heart reality is what I love the essence of that. And so I'm going to read the heart reality. Okay. And I'm going to mark this page because I am going to send you guys copies of the pages that I've read from so that I don't know, you want copies of the pages?
Of course. That will be
Okay.
up.
All right. All righty then. Heart reality. Your energetic heart is multi-leveled and holographic, meaning that it encompasses the dimensions of life that range from the mundane, dense, three-dimensional environment to the mystical and supernal dimensions of First Source. At its core energetic frequency, it is coupled to the grid of love that interpenetrates, all dimensions and all life. At the point of this coupling, the heart beats within the soul, similar to how its rhythms pulse through the body electromagnetically. Okay, I think I probably need another cup of tea. Mm. No, I'm flubbing my words here. The heart of the human soul is in accord with the heart of First Source. Remember, we are created in the image of our Maker. Within this heart of hearts is a transmission upon which we all live and have our being. It is from here that we have been diverted, our attention split into 1,000 directions, forgetting, no underestimating our heart's intelligence and the ease in which we can apply its special powers. The stresses of life also cast you in the direction of the pleasures of life, as well as its mysteries. However, you must find and then choose your directions into your heart's intelligence. It cannot be forced upon you, yet too few understand how to reach inside their energetic heart and activates its transmissions so it can be broadcast via the human instrument's innate capabilities. Diversions of the mind and understanding the value of the heart are why individuals who do not understand how to activate and broadcast their energetic heart. The heart is often seen as subordinate to the mind brain. It is confused as the seat of emotions, for which the heart has become a rogue, nonverbal intelligence suited to the impulses of anger and fear, as well as love and compassion. In truth, there does not exist a more stable force within the human instrument than the heart, nor a more intelligent source of perception. In ancient times, the heart was regarded as the seat of soul. It was the gateway between the world of soul and the world of the body-mind. It has, in the science of the last 300 years, undergone a repositioning as a mechanical pump of remarkable biological properties, but nonetheless a mechanism of blood distribution and little more. In more modern times, metaphysicians have placed the heart within the emotional frequencies, signaling its place in the astral plane or the plane of emotions. They reason that the heart is the emotional and feeling center of the body. Therefore, it is not governed by its own intelligence, but rather the intelligence of the mind. Metaphysics has quietly regulated the heart to a position of emotional expression that must therefore be aligned to the mind centers, which operate as the active guiding principle of the human instrument. It is this repositioning of the heart's mission and function by both science and metaphysics that has diminished its role in today's world, and this is not by accident. While the mind brain is overshadowed by the ego, it boasts that the heart is its instrument, when indeed it is more truthful to say that the mind brain is the instrument of the heart. Amen. The time is rapidly approaching when the heart's intelligence will be rightly understood as the primary source of human connection to the divine intelligence of our Creator. Its perceptual capabilities and resilience of spirit as a result of this intimate connection to First Source. It will become the mirror by which humanity sees, in high resolution and irrefutable detail, the wonders of the human soul. I will tell you a secret. It is as with all things vital, a simple, elegant, pure, and rational behavior. It is the smallest of activities, and it is wordless. It is impossible to feel the puffery of ego in its midst. It is this: feel yourself connected to your Creator at your heart, but release the flow of love that comes your way. Oh man, this is one of the reasons I stay with this information. Um, Knowledge. This is
Yeah.
knowledge.
So,
Okay.
can I say something real fast? I guess my question time is now.
Yes. Go right ahead.
Because, we have, well, we know that our hearts are hurt like a million times in a day. And if we are
Oh,
not, you know, closely monitoring a lot of what's going on in our lives, that can build up, and we know that meditation is definitely good for it. So a lot of the times I feel like we don't incorporate the heart, well, mind and heart, because I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but a lot of the times these are not together or something. And based on what you were just reading, regarding our heart and mind being a source, or our hearts being a source. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to articulate or say what I'm trying to say here based on what you're reading. But go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll be back on. Go ahead. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. There we go. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, I can hear
Oh, okay.
you.
No, that statement has occurred to me in the meditation that uh, the heart rules the brain, and unfortunately, as it's written here, uh, most people think it's the
Oh,
other
like a
the other
detached
one. The other,
thing.
yeah, they reverse it, and
Mm-hmm.
in reversing it, they put the ego in charge of the heart,
Mm-hmm.
and that alone explains why uh, people go through so many relationships before they find the right one, because they usually put the ego in charge of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Right.
that what you were trying to say? No.
Yes, thank you.
Yes?
Because, I was, yes, because we become a little detached from the heart and not really being able to feel, what we need to as it pertains to certain aspects of our life pertaining maybe to definitely relationship. But okay. I'm processing. Good. Thank you. This is good stuff.
It's good. Oh, I'm so glad that you guys like it. Yeah. There were there's a little bit more to read, and then I may let you guys go. Hmm. The creator's bequest is always flowing your way in the form of love. It enters you in your energetic heart and travels its way to your body. From your heart, it touches your brain and releases hormones into your bloodstream that over time perfect your transmissions. Feel this process. Be aware that it is occurring. Consciously co create its occurrence. And when you do, release it with the simple command: what comes to me flows through me. Um, this is very helpful for uh, myself. I can stop asking questions like, why? Why this one?
Mhm.
Okay. Obviously, there's a higher source involved
Flows through.
than
Can you
I
repeat that again,
suppose.
Karen? So that was what comes to me flows through me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Do you see how simple and elegant it is? There is
Yeah.
intention or co creation, there is visualization, there is the activation of feeling connected, there is release, there is outflow, there is heart centric focus, and there is the lingering appreciation frequency. There is a wisdom of the ages that has been lost in time. It states the heart is the place we must daily face, for there we find ourselves.
Hmm.
Focusing of the heart, or focus of the heart. I know there are many of you who are drawn to read and study the spiritual works. Many of you feel that your purpose is to expand these works, to bring new vision to the ancient site. You desire that your purpose be linked to a grand expression that touches many in a positive way. I understand all of this and more, but truthfully, I tell you that your mission and purpose, if subjected to a distillation process, can be found 3 paragraphs above. And that's the 3 paragraphs that I just read.
Hmm.
Letters arrive daily as to why additional materials are not being released upon the wingmakers.com and lyricus.org websites. I understand the desire to learn more about the structures of the cosmos and what is happening upon Earth. In part, it is why I've released this paper at this time, but the materials I have come to convey are not all destined for those present in this time. There are for future incarnations for reasons I have already spoken to. Your thirst for knowledge is admirable. Your thirst for experience in the other dimensions waxes and wanes from fear of the unknown. Your thirst for intelligence is more powerful than you imagine because you relabel and redistribute it as the thirst for knowledge and experience. This is because you have focused on the third eye, on the higher mind, the crown chakra, the cosmic knowing, and you have struggled to bring knowledge and experience into your mind. There is nothing wrong or misguided about this. It is natural and is part of the encoding of those present in this time. I am only explaining that it is time to shift to the heart. It is a fair question to ask why. Okay, we got something else to say? Because I got one more paragraph.
Well, that actually helps with your asking why.
Eh.
So I could help myself. I couldn't help myself.
You couldn't help yourself. Okay. Uh, all right. Abundant, abundant knowledge. Okay, you got me. Abundant knowledge exists on this planet relative to man's s- spiritual quest and ascension career. It does not require layers upon layers of embellishment. Indeed, these layers, in many cases, create the new filters and destinies that obscure the pure understanding inside your hearts. This is a time of creativity and co creation. It is not a time of reworking, embellishing, or enlarging the knowledge systems of the past. And there is a reason. Human destiny is focused on establishing a new, higher dimensional consciousness on Earth, and in so doing, creating conscious two-way linkages to the multiverse and the entities and beings therein. As we ramp up to this shift in consciousness, each of us will require an enhanced creativity and intuition, which is the very fiber of our energetic heart. When I speak of creativity, I'm not speaking to the activities of art, music, or writing. I am talking about the ultimate creativity, creating new perceptions of your reality. When you view your reality through the prism of your energetic heart, your reality will shift in the direction that humanity itself is shifting. In other words, there is an alignment between your view of reality and the future reality of humanity. In this alignment, there is a power to leverage in achieving the shift or leaping over the hurdle. This is why it is so vital. It is also why it touches so many. You can spend the rest of your life creating the new words, the new brush strokes over the old, and you will touch, if you are very fortunate, thousands of people. But where will you touch them? In their hearts, in their minds, in their pocketbooks? You can activate your heart intelligence and apply it in your everyday life. And over a period of a minute, you can touch the entire grid of humanity in principle. This functions as a result of how the grid of love is engineered to be porous to an input frequency that is compatible to the grid itself, and then transmit this input across the grid as an energetic add on. If the frequency is not compatible, the input will be locked out of the grid. It is not the purpose of this paper to explain how this works in detail. Perhaps in a later paper, I will make known the physics behind this grid. Okay, so we're at 9:38. There is a little more that I could read if you want, or
Yes,
not.
I would like to hear a little more.
Me
Uh,
too.
Okay, All right. Alrighty. Uh, oops. 1 second. I'm over here drinking high sop and spikenard.
Oh, gee.
Mm,
Oh,
spikenard tea. Um, that's where the oil comes from
uh-huh.
that they used on the master. It has an interesting flavor, I gotta tell you. And I don't, I don't put any sugar in my stuff. Okay, potentials and choice. There is a part of you, quiet as it may be, that asks a logical question. If First Source is so powerful, omniscient, and the source of the highest love, how and why does an individual like me make any difference? If you didn't have the potential to make a difference, you would not be here. The operative word in this case is potential. Having this potential is precisely what defines the individual because with potential, a choice must be made. If we could leave everything to our Creator, we would be comparatively less valuable, a commodity of the cosmos. However, each of us carries the possibility to transmit into this universal grid of humanity and contribute to it not because it requires something of us, but because we require something of it. The gesture of placing your heart of hearts on the palm of your hand and offering it to your brothers and sisters in selfless contribution is the ultimate sign to First Source that you are prepared for the dimensional shift. A signal must be offered, and it must be the exact signal, or it will pass into lower dimensional grids that do not have access to the energetic pathways to transport your signals to the central sun. There are many grids that encircle the planet and human consciousness, but only one interpenetrates all. Only one is inclusive without exception. And it is this grid that is being engineered to accommodate the coming shift. You can think of it as a shoehorn of humanity's consciousness that will move the earth to a new dimensional state. The stronger this grid is, the better it will serve its ultimate purpose. Heart maps. I understand the tendency of individuals to want clear cut maps that state definitively how one should go about activating and transmitting their heart intelligence. If there were such a map, it would undermine your own creativity and resourcefulness. The things that matter in one's life, relative to one's purpose, are neither formulaic edicts nor mantras. They are feelings and how coherent and unconflicted they are transmitted. It is only natural to want clarity and a sense of I'm on the right path. If I could draw if I could draw a map of this adventure into your heart and give it to you, it would not be done with words or actions. I'm going to take another sip. And I am back. Alrighty. And left off at, well, I'll start that one again. It is only natural to want clarity and a sense of I am on the right path. If I could draw a map of this adventure into your heart and give it to you, it would not be done with words or actions. It would be drawn with feelings and the energetic therein. It would be done with an energetic transfer that you would catch, fleeting as it may be, but it would be something you could feel. In these words and images, I've tried to weave together an energetic transfer. You must do the catching and carry out its resourceful application. The brain is not the primary receptor of an energetic transfer. It cannot absorb the subtle frequencies and textures that intermingle in the feeling world, dancing in rhythms that exceed the speed of light. It is only the heart that can capture the intrinsic meaning of these energetic transfers, and sometimes this does not translate to the mind. This condition can leave one with a sense that the heart map or energetic transfer was never received. I can only tell you that if you read this paper and listen to it from a heartfelt perspective, there is a transfer. A map is being imprinted within your energetic being, and it is activating a region of your heart intelligence that will, over time, step forward as a map maker. Final words. I acknowledge that this writing carries a dark side to it. I hope I have done what I can to reassure you that events on the horizon, while alarming, are also activating world. Everyone is touched by the happenings of this planet. Everyone. Remember this. You are with all of us. Feel the textures of this declaration as deeply as you can. It will support you in times of hardship. Know that everyone, this includes you, no matter how they life's conditions, is trying to do their best amidst the commotion that permeates the planet and by association, their personal life. This is the root of compassion that grows in your innermost heart. As this paper states, you have the potential to receive and transmit a frequency and intelligence of love that issues from the central sun or first source. This potential requires your choice to reach for it, to make it part of your new mission. In doing so, you have signaled your readiness for the planetary transition that lies ahead, and you are making a contribution so this shift occurs with greater balance and stability. There are aspects of this writing that have been purposely, for example, what is the purpose behind this dimensional shift? Who is orchestrating it? When will it occur? And what is the new dimension going to be in real terms? I have remained focused on the more personal aspects of this impending transition. In future papers, I will share more about the change in the dimensional environment that will be occurring. From my world to yours, James. And what I've done there is basically taking you guys to a deeper part of it. There's still, I can't wait for you guys to get the book because there's so much that's in between the diagrams. There is the you both have the six virtues, but at one point you see how of the heart and love and compassion, etc. How uh, not the tetragrammaton, but the Merkaba, which is debatable as to how that's used. I know of people that claim they use it for time travel and so on and so forth. You got a statement.
No, no.
What? What?
Very good, honey. Oh no, but that was a lot. That was beautiful. Wow. No, I'm still processing, but no, no. Great
You're
stuff.
processing.
I'm still processing. That
Guys,
was a
come
lot
up
of beautiful
again.
stuff. And I feel like it
Is that
touched
the
on.
Irish speaking up?
Yeah, it
O'Reilly.
you have to kind of like take it in. No, I mean it's you gotta, yeah, you gotta process that. It's a lot.
Right, because
Um,
honestly, I feel like it falls in line with a lot of what's really going on these days, or helping us to raise the vibration, but to weather a lot of what's going on energetically. And no, it's yeah, no, it could be
Now,
translated
when you
into a
say
lot of different ways.
when you say that it's a lot, is it that I gave you too much information at one time, or was it that the information was overwhelming?
No, I feel like it's coming at the right time for me at this stage of the game. Meaning for me, where we are dealing with a lot of these energies as far as negative energies that are around, and being able to stay within the heart space
Hmm.
and to be able to um, fine tune these various energies. But again, there's a lot, like, say, for instance, you want to set out on your mission or whatever your mission is, but then you feel these different energetic pulls that make you feel like you are not worthy of making certain things happen. And, we can really turn the focus inward, but to understand more of the connection between the heart and the mind and how that really works. But I feel like this all comes together based or through meditation that strengthens this whole mechanism or something. You know what I'm saying? I guess I am still processing. So no, it's wonderful, and no, you didn't give us too much, not at all.
Okay.
But it helps me based on, for me, and just speaking from my, using myself as actual proof here, and based on where I am on my journey and what I'm about to embark on, it really and truly helps me. So no, thank you.
But
Thanks.
yeah, well, Irish, you processing over there?
yeah, no, there's also some similarities to things that other people are saying. Like, when you talk about giving from the heart, it's like service to others, if I understood that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of also reinforcing, um, other theories, if I'm not using the right word, but it's, he's very poetic in how he does it. And I think that's what makes it sometimes a little, um,
And you recognize his style? His style um, was a follower of, probably still is, of Krishnamurti. As I recognize the style, and it's very. He has not plagiarized anything. That's not what I'm saying, but his style, the way that he conveys, is of that.
yeah, it's like
It's
very,
of that particular. Yeah,
has depth. It has a lot of depth. And
Definitely.
there's a lot
yeah.
of flowering, and I mean, not flowering as in unnecessary, but yeah, that I think it just, that's what makes it deeper and makes it where you have to like really munch on it. you know
Right. And I feel like the energy has lifted me in a sense, just by listening to these words. So just saying, really good.
and it's also very
Uh-oh.
hopeful because it's telling us, um if we come from the heart, it will make the transition easier because it's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen. So you might as well flow with the process
And that's
instead of.
one. That's one way of interpreting it. But it's the statement that he makes about how people have a tendency to and revamp or reword or uh, re-embellish, however you want to say it, the knowledge from the ancients, and we worry so much about. I see you laughing over there. Oh, she's having a moment. Okay. Um, but seriously, it's not about going back to rewording ancient wisdom and knowledge, because it's the flow of the heart. I That touches me.
It's simple, but we find it very difficult to do because we're not really trained to come from the heart.
Much out to me. Glad that you guys enjoyed it. It is 2:10. I don't think Robert is coming at this point, so but that's okay. Um, it's an eventful day for a lot of people. Martin Luther King's birthday, and so I heard fireworks not too long ago around my house. So for some people, it's party time. Not a problem. I think that we had no. This for me. This is a party. For me, this is as much. This is as worthy as any party that I've ever been to, and I think that we were probably supposed. Well, there's no question about it. We were supposed to go into this level of information at this particular point in time. I like where he says that unfolding now is for the people that are here now, and what will unfold for the people in the future may not be available for the people that are here now yet. I don't know why that sort of rings true, but
Why,
I
from the
think so.
perspective of a lot of people that are definitely not walking the road that they need to walk or something. I'm trying. I'm trying to be
That
politically correct.
I'm not gonna touch. Well, there's a lot.
Did you spike that tea?
No, no, I would never
You're just having
spike.
a.
I would never spike anything before going on the air, because I want to make sure what's coming out of my mouth. And so I would never would never do that.
Mhm.
Maybe afterwards, but not before. Um, no, but yes, everyone has to find their own, or as he says, everyone becomes maker, and that is the essence of it. But to have it confirmed, or to be reminded that when you feel love, it is coming directly from source, first source, and that you should never doubt it when you feel it, and just allow it to flow. And that's important. That's something I also needed to remember. So, in lieu of going signing off, I'm going to ask Reverend Sharon Renee if she will lead the mantra this time. Uh, I was busy doing Namoringyo before we got started, and so I'm going to ask you to just if you.
Hold on. Wait, wait. Let me just ask you. This reading
Yep.
is from the book The Where, When, How. Is that the. Or
This
is.
is yeah. It
Okay.
is from. I'm going to send you the pages. However, let me see what page it is. It's actually the last thing that he writes. I've got have gotten I'm sure um okay. We must have gotten that far in the class because I've got um pages folded over. Uh it's just before the rising heart. It's okay, yeah, okay. So I read from the last couple of pages in. The book is sectioned off. When you see it, you're gonna love it. Um, I've read from the last few pages because there's still a couple of more chapters. There's the rising heart. There's the living truth, and there is okay, living from the heart. Which let's see. I apologize to you guys because I've complained about my own inability to read from the very beginning of anything. Just it's never been with me. So sorry about that. But the heart is essential. It's a good thing to have. There, as I said, there's much more information that you guys are going to love going over. But I went straight for the heart this evening, I guess. So
Okay.
yeah. Um, and a blessing for every single soul, whether or not they were able to listen third or they're listening from other dimensions or they simply feel the vibrations of it and the frequencies of the energy that's going out through this technology that we have known as the internet. Uh, since we're all electromagnetically constructed, the energy, even if you don't hear the exact words, it's already a couple of light years out into the universe, the multiverse. So we can be sure that whoever's supposed to hear it, they heard it or will hear it. And
Definitely.
so God bless. And if
Just
you, yes, dear.
well, join me on Wednesday morning on Blog Talk Radio
Oh, I almost
for
forgot.
the
She's back.
Merging Spirit Radio Show. We are
Yeah.
back. So yes, we will be on at 10 a.m.
And
Eastern
there may be a gathering of the goddess that evenings. I don't know. I have to ask the goddess first. But
What's the what
yeah,
is it? Merging spirit?
but
Yes, Merging Spirit Radio Show.
merging spirit. It's 10 a.m. right
Yes,
on
10
Wednesday
a.m.
morning.
Yes, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Blog Talk Radio, and the call-in number is 646-716-8582. You didn't catch me off guard, huh?
No, you got it this time. She got it. Oh my God. I used to tease her about not knowing her own phone number.
Call-in number, the call-in number, yes.
Call that
As
number.
we start today
She
with
got it.
positive
She's on
intention,
cue. She's on cue. Okay. All
right?
right. I like that.
We'll do the spiritual affirmation. Then we will be pulling a beautiful oracle card to help set our intention. And I will then lead everyone on a guided meditation. And then after that, I'll open up the phone lines for anyone that has a question and I'll intuitively give them guidance.
Are we going to talk about the opening of the tea, Sunday afternoon tea readings or brunch readings or not yet?
We've actually secured the spot. So, yes, we're going to be at Ginger Bay Cafe the last Sunday of the month, which is the 28th, at, in downtown Hollywood. And the address is 1908 Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood, Florida, 33020. So, yes, just stay tuned. We'll have many more beautiful announcements as it pertains to this beautiful event that will be taking place. But we call it Sacred Sundays Spiritual Brunch in downtown Hollywood.
All right. All right.
So, yay. So we
Okay.
wait. So yeah, next week I'll have the write up and everything ready to go. So we
All
are
righty then.
putting the finishing touches on things. But yes, it's been secured. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, I know. I knew that it would be, just like I knew about the plate. Anyway, no, okay. We, if you don't, okay. If you don't mind, we will. Anything else,
Mhm.
Irish? You got to say.
Nope, I'm good.
You good? Okay. All right. We will sign off with Namoringio.
Namyoho Renge Kyo. Okay, so everyone, I will go ahead and chant Namyoho Renge Kyo 3 times. And then after which, I will just ask us to take a deep breath and breathe in deeply, hold it, and chant Om. Okay?
Okay.
So, Namyoho Renge Kyo, Namyoho Renge Kyo, Namyoho Renge Kyo. Now take a deep breath in, breathe in, and chant Om. Again, breathe in. Again.
Om.
Namyo Horenge Kyo, Namyo Horenge Kyo, Namyo Horenge Kyo. Thank you.
God bless and good night. Namaste.
Good night.
Namaste. Good
Namaste.
night.
I will fly.